What's up guys, what's going on? Star Sign here doing a video, and today we are doing a bit of like a review slash talk about this game called The Floor is Jelly. Why I'm deciding to do this is because I saw the game and I thought, oh hey, this was really interesting. It reminds me a bit of games that I actually like, so I contacted the developer asking if I could like make videos on it, and he was kind enough to actually give me a review copy, so I got to play it and I'm just gonna share my 2 cents on it. So let's jump right in. So the first thing I really want to talk about is what the game is. Pretty much at its core, the game is a platformer, but it brings in kind of physics in an interesting ways because it's not a normal platformer. It has platformer elements, like the way you jump around reminds me a lot of Super Meat Boy, but it's a bit different because in Super Meat Boy the walls are usually solid. In this game, the walls, the floor, everything is made of jelly. It's bouncy, and it actually entirely affects the way the game's played because the jelly, depending on like how low you jump down or dip in, and when you time your jump you can actually jump higher, and that ends up being pretty key to the gameplay mechanics. Now, I'm not really an expert at reviewing stuff, but I do have to say the gameplay was pretty satisfying. It wasn't too difficult, not in the least for me. I don't know if that's just me, probably not though, because I'm pretty bad at games in general, but I think that it was just really fun, but not too hard, and just like it's just pleasing for some reason. And along with that, just everything about the game is awesome to go along with the simple gameplay. You just have like the simple aesthetics, which are really pleasing, and other things that go along with it. Speaking of aesthetics, the aesthetics in this game, well, the graphics aren't super like high detail or anything, but it's really aesthetically pleasing. I can't tell why, but just the art direction is amazing for some reason. In my opinion, it is amazing, and they went the entirely right route. And I just looking at the game, it's really pleasing, and along with that, different chapters kind of have both different gameplay elements and also different kind of art styles. I mean, it's kind of hard to say exactly, but for the most part, different sections, like they have some distinct art styles, and along with that, each section usually has some kind of distinct like gameplay mechanic it introduces, or that is specific to that section from what I played. Controls are pretty simple to pick up. It's just, I think it's just the arrow keys or WASD, I don't remember because I played the game yesterday and I'm making the review today, just had to get all the footage, and space. It's really not too difficult to pick up, and it just gotta get the timing down, and pretty soon you should get the hang of the game, and it's gonna be easy to pick up, and you're gonna just have a blast playing it. If anything, I'd have to compare this game gameplay wise to Super Meat Boy minus the difficulty, so kind of a pretty easy platformer, but then aesthetically and just the way you feel playing the game, I'd have to compare it to Thomas Was Alone, I think is the name. It's Thomas Was Alone or Thomas Is Alone, something like that. And I kind of think it's just a combination of the two games, because Thomas Was Alone is super straightforward, but the story is like super simple, just everything, but for some reason it's just pleasing. Along with that, like the narrator's just fun to listen to, he's soothing, and I think this kind of, the music has that kind of effect on you, and along with that, the gameplay mechanics, the simplicity, I think just adds to it, and the art style just complements both the musical score of the game and I think the mechanics perfectly. Now to go a bit more in depth on the sound, the score I think is an original production by some guy who's made other scores for a couple of other indie games. I'm not sure which ones exactly he made, but I know he's kind of known for making scores, and he did a fantastic job. The scores usually differ from section to section, and you can every section definitely has a distinct feel to it, but altogether there's this like unifying theme to the score, and I think it's a masterpiece. And I mean, like score-wise, I think it's just amazing, and you should definitely play the game, if not for the gameplay, definitely for the music, because the music is just oddly soothing, and it's just fun to listen to even if you don't find the game fun. Now, like I mentioned a while back, gameplay-wise, it all is based around this just concept that everything is made of jelly, like I mentioned before, but to go along with that concept, you have new kind of new mechanics being added in every distinct section. Like I know one section adds water physics, and that kind of changes the way you have to think about things. Another section adds these like flower things. I'll try to have that on the screen here to show you, and that kind of affects how you have to go about jumping around places. And I think that same section or another section even adds a kind of switch that changes gravity in different directions. So every section has this distinct feature that it introduces, and that may last throughout, but I think it's mostly isolated to that one section. I think it's brilliant the way that there's new mechanics being added while the entire time there's just this one central mechanic, which is the idea that everything's made of jelly and you bounce off everything. And I think it just perfectly complements that central gameplay mechanic. Now, I'm not going to leave a score on this game because I have no right to do that, because I am by no means a reviewer or anything, but I am going to go here and say this. If you have any interest at all in games with good musical scores, or just like having a soothing experience, how long the game is exactly, I don't know. I didn't get to the end, but I got a good hour in, and I think I beat the first like 4 to 5 sections. So take that with a grain of salt. Don't know the length of the game, but it's definitely, from what I played, it is a soothing experience, and I would recommend that you play it. And I mean, the first game I ever reviewed, so hopefully I did a good job, and hopefully you guys do check the game out, because I'm not doing Let's Play on it because I don't do platform Let's Plays because I'm bad at them. But this game is different because it's really simple, like I said, and just definitely check it out. I think you will enjoy the game. If you enjoy platformers or games with good musical scores, I think you will enjoy this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me how I did on my first review thing. Maybe I'll do more in the future. And other than that, I think that's everything. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you did, be sure to like this. Me, Starsnet, signing out. Love you guys.